Okay, I'm going to show how my dubbing brush machine, or table as you call it, works. What we have is the table itself with a trough in here where the wire will go, with a pin to swing it out of the way when it needs to be when it's turning. We have our wire. I believe this is 36 gauge. I believe I need to go a little bit heavier, but we'll just go with what we got right now. So there's a screw on this side I hook it up to. I got a couple wraps one direction and then one or two locking the other, just to keep it from coming off while we're doing the turning. Now I pull it up through, lay it in the trough. This stuff out of the way. Then I'm using a drill as my turner, so in the trough and onto the drill. Now before I go any farther, I want to make sure I wax my wire. It makes the product stick to it better, and so we'll get a good wax job on there, and that'll do it. Okay, again, back in that groove and hanging over the drill itself. Make sure it stays in the groove. Okay, the weight of the bobbin will keep the wire in the groove. Alright, we're going to start out with making a brush for coastal shrimp. This Carolina coastal shrimp. They're real light in color, so I'm going to be using this white silver. I'm not even sure what the brand of this stuff was. I buy so much stuff, I don't know who makes what, but it's a faux hair. It's I'm using a dog brush here to spread it out. Now what I'm going to do is just pull out a little, and I'm going to lay it right where I want the brush to be, and I'm just going to cover this whole area. I'm going to do it a little sparsely because I can always come back and put more in if it looks like it needs it. But once these wires start twisting, they will close up the gap, and this will get a little denser. You don't really want it real dense because I'm using it as kind of a hackle, and don't need it to be crazy thick. So basically I'm just laying this on here, and when I get to a bigger part that's too much in there, run it through the brush again, laying it down. This is all the white and gray mix here. And that's enough of that right there. I'll pat that down. I want to keep it a little ways away from each end so that as it tightens up it has room to move. Okay, that's enough of the black, the gray and white. I'm going to go with some black now to add some stripes in it, and I don't need as much of this because all I'm going to do is add it in pieces, in intervals, so that it would act as bars, or get it into the brush, then I can just pull it out as I need it. And I'm going to pull those kind of tight so they stay in a recognizable line right there. And again, not a whole lot of the product has to go on there because it is going to condense and look thicker, but you can see how it's going to line up. Eventually I'm going to mount a ruler. I've ordered it, a brass ruler, onto the table itself so that I can lay these out a little more precise. But for right now we're getting the idea of what we're looking at. It's going to be a dubbing brush with a white and black bars on it. There we go. That's it for the black. Now, what I do with this stuff in here, I just take it out, and I've got a bag over here for the shorter pieces of dubbing and stuff, and I just put it back in here to use on a different brush. Now that we've got the black and the white in there and the gray, I'm just going to go along in here and add a little bit of sparkle ever so often. This is Light Bright Traveler's Dubbing from Spirit River, and I'm using the pearl white, and I'll also be using the Polar Apparel. So it'll be a little of each. And that I'm just going to basically sparsely put in just to pick up a little flash in it. You can, I don't know if you can see the flash in there or not. I'll try and get a little closer look before we roll this up, and you'll be able to see the actual flash in it. It's the Polar is really a flashy color. It really picks up the lights and sends them back out. So I like it. Don't want this thing to look like a spoon going through the water, but you want it to have a little bit of flash to it so that it can be seen and maybe responded to on those nice sunny days. The sun shines off it. And that, stop. There we go. Right there will be it for that. Okay, what I'm going to do now is get this out of the way. I had wanted to be able to just turn on the drill and spin it through this way here, but I found that it's not going to happen, so I'm going to run a couple wraps around the drill here. Then I'm going to go back down the entire thing, and I'm going to also wax this side. And then I'll take it down in the trough here. I'll pull it down, and I'm going to take a couple more wraps on that screw that was there. Now, what I'm going to do here is start the drill real slow, and you'll see how it starts turning. And I want it to tighten up on all of this before I get the table out of the way. You see how it's spinning up here? We'll get a brush on that in a minute. Right now, it's got enough of it. We're going to go ahead and drop the table, and now it will spin more freely. And there's why I need to get bigger, stronger wire. But that's not a problem. I've already had this problem on a couple other brushes this morning, so I am going to just do what I did on them, and we'll just have to keep going. This is still a work in progress for me, so, but I can. Okay, we're going to spin it. Okay, there you see it's spinning into basically a big pipe cleaner, and a lot of this will come out. That's okay, we just put it right back into the dubbing bag and use it for others. But right here we need to get some work done, pull this out. I would be doing this with another dog brush, but it's in the other room, and there now, spin some more. Tighten it up some. The tighter you can get it, the better, because that's what's holding the product to the wire. The tighter. You saw as I was going through there, I could pull it right out. But this is the basic idea. Alright, that's probably about tight enough. Go through here with a brush and get this all off. We take it off of there. We untie this one from here. Untie this one. Sometimes it's easier to just cut this with this end, but we'll get it off. And there is the brush. You see the sparkles in it. Can you see where it's picking up the light? That, I'll do another video showing how I pick that out and use it for a fly. Well, that's it.